Hey Pisces, this is Sierra coming to you from Holistically Attuned with your December 15th through the 31st reading. This is for the collective. It's a general reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Because it is a general reading for the collective, all of the messages, all of the channel downloads will not pertain to all of you, and that's okay. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind, okay, guys? Also, check out your other signs and see if they hit for you a little differently. Sometimes, depending on what we're going through, we need to hear about our moon sign or we need to hear about our rising sign. Hell, you may even want to look into your Venus and see where that's at and see if that message correlates to you. Sometimes listening to all three will help you to put a bigger picture together, okay? So again, this is going to be for Pisces for December 15th through the 31st, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So I'm pulling your chakra card to see what type of energy that we're going to be getting into, the type of energy that you'll need to focus on over the next 2 weeks. Okay, guys? So that's what the Pisces is. I'm sorry, the chakra card is about. If you've never listened to any of my readings before, then let me kind of give you the scoop. I get channeled messages when I do my reading, so there are going to be times during the reading where I get very quiet, and that's because I'm trying to hear a message very clearly so I can give you guys the accurate information. Okay, so just bear with me. If it's too much for you, go ahead and flip to the next channel. No love lost. Okay. But other than that, there are also times where I will get a specific message or a specific download that'll come through, and I'll usually preface that. When that specific message comes through and I say this is for someone specific, if it's not you, if it doesn't resonate, don't worry about it. Again, it's not for you. Don't trip. It's okay. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind, okay? And so when I'm looking at your pile, when I'm looking at your cards, the way that I'm reading it is I'm looking at your theme for the reading, your emotions behind it. I'm also looking at any challenges that you're going to be facing over the next 2 weeks that you're actually coming out of or that you are currently in. I'm looking at how you are responding, how you have been responding, or how, according to the course of actions that you have dictated thus far, how you will be responding. Okay, I'm looking at advice from Spirit, and then I'm kind of looking at an overall summary, just kind of summarizing it up for you guys, okay? And so I do draw these cards. I pray on them and I draw them ahead of time. I don't look at them though. But just because sometimes it takes a while for the cards to pop out and I don't rush them, I shuffle until the right cards come to me and then I lay them out. But sometimes on camera it can seem like a long time. So this part I do off camera. I draw them, but I don't look at them. So I'm actually looking at these for the first time, and wow, you guys have 1, 2, 3, 4 power cards here, which I think is fucking amazing. Okay. So our chakra energy that we're looking at is our throat chakra, communication, right? And I feel like this is more along the lines of you guys thinking, this is the funny part, I think you guys feel like people should just know, right? As if they could read your mind, as if they are telekinesis masters and they should know, what to do, how to move, what to do. You expect that of people, and I feel like that's your energy. And because you hold people to this regard, sometimes you may be a little bit hard on them because they don't communicate the same way as you. And I think that it's going to be important for you to really maybe forgive, not be as upset as you are with whomever this is, because it's not fair to think somebody can read your mind. It's not fair to say that. I do believe that people, quote unquote, should know things if you have verbally and explicitly explained that to them. If you have beaten around the bush about information and just kind of hinted at it, and that's not the same as saying blank straight out, I don't like this. And so if you can't say I don't like this, then you can expect people to know that that's something that you don't like. Sorry, I think they're doing construction. So anyways, I think your challenge is going to be really forgiving somebody that you're upset with right now just because you think that they should have known, okay? Our theme, interestingly enough, being ego, your emotions behind it being the Nine of Water, the Nine of Cups. Your challenge is the Emperor. The way you've been handling it is awakening, and then advice from Spirit being the Dreamer, and I'm going to explain all this as I go through it, but our overall summary being the Two of Fire. I feel like that's telling us we're moving in a different path, or you're at a crossroads right now where you can decide upon going in a different path, and that path will lead you towards success, right? And for some of you, it could be this has to do with a relationship, and it's like, excuse me, this current relationship is moving towards the path of success, but you have to leave behind the scars of previous relationships. Sometimes look, at the bottom of the deck is the Nine of Fire, and the Nine of Fire makes us defensive, right? It makes us feel like we have to defend what we have. And I feel like for you, your past relationships have left you feeling on the defense about things, unwilling to trust. And I feel like you're healing from that and you're recognizing it, but this is confirmation or validation, I guess, for you is confirmation that yes, you should continue to let your guard down, because this person is not here to bring you anything but love, okay? I feel like sometimes when we come out of bad relationships with people who have not treated us well, we, instead of finding balance, what we do is we go to the other end of that and we say, because we can do all this by ourselves, we're not going to put up with shit anymore. Like, I'm not going to put up with your shit. I already been through that and I can do all this on my own. I don't need you, right? But that's not really balance. That is now letting our divine masculine energy take the lead, and that it's ego, and ego will be the death of us. It's a false narrative. It's a feeling that you don't need anybody, and that's the energy. That is the theme of the energy that you really should be releasing this week, or you've been working on releasing, and you're going to continue to release by letting your guard down. Because this person is showing you, I feel like at every turn, that they are going to provide you with they're already providing you with a firm foundation where you can trust them. That's what I mean by firm foundation. They have not given you any reason not to trust them thus far. And I feel like that right there is what sets a firm foundation. That is what you have to grow on. You can't grow off of deceit, right? There's no cracks in this foundation thus far. And I feel like you're starting to realize that. And you're also starting to realize that you do have to change, and you do have to let your guard down in order for this to be successful. You do have to, in a sense, take a leap of faith, right? Because first of all, 12 breaks down to 3. So that's a celebration right there. But I feel like this awakening right here, this card, it's like you're realizing that the way that you've been handling things on your own, right? Very stubborn in your ways, some of you. Very stubborn in your ways, because somebody has already shaken up the core of who you are, and you don't want to let somebody else have access to that type of foundational power, right? But this person has already shown you that they are trustworthy and that they're here for you, and they're going to love you the way that you deserve to be loved, because that's the way that they see you loving yourself, right? But now you're starting to understand that closing yourself off is not necessarily self-love, right? It's something that you needed at a time to help you heal, which is okay, but that energy is not serving you anymore. And you're realizing that in order to move past this temporary standstill, this fork in the road that you're at in this current relationship, in order to move past that, you're going to have to handle things differently. You're going to have to let your guard down and go back to who you were before you were scarred, who you were before you were hurt, right? You have to take a leap of faith that this person is going to completely have your back and show you nothing but magical things. And be open to that energy of abundance, right? Unexpected opportunities presenting themselves, because Spirit wants you to continue to progress in this. Spirit does not want you at a standstill. But in order to progress, you have to really let go of your ego. You have to let go of this energy that has you very guarded. Look, the Queen of Wands. That is you being very powerful. The Six of Wands. Ooh. Right? You're proud of how far you've come and what you've achieved. Didn't I say handle things differently? When I see this Strength card, the 8 in reverse, okay? First of all, when I see the 8, I see somebody who, she's coaxing a lion, right? And usually you look at this lion and you think in order to just tame the lion, you have to have chains and whips and all that other stuff, right? You have to show dominance. But she is actually taming him by being, I don't want to say passive, but she is being submissive, right? She's submitting to his power. And by submitting, what I mean is she is respecting his power. She is respecting his authority, right? She's not trying to dominate him through her power, through her divine will. She's submitting to his and acknowledging that he is a powerful beast, a powerful being in and of itself. And so she has chosen a different way to handle this lion. And through that, she has tamed him. He is calm. He is at peace with her. And she is at peace with him. You don't have to exert your dominance in order to tame a situation, in order to be in control of a situation. You can respect somebody else's masculinity. You can respect somebody else's power and authority. You can submit and still be powerful. I think that that's an important message, especially for women to hear. We hear the word submit and we think that that means to give up our power, to give up who we are and do exactly what we're told. That's not, in my opinion, I should say, what that means. If I submit to my husband, that means I let him know that he, as the man, as the provider, as the protector, is the head of the household. He is. But we are a partnership. And so I don't have to run the house and let the world know that I'm in control and that he does not dominate me in order to get him to do what I say. I don't have to do that through demeaning ways, right? I can submit to his power, and through me submitting to his power, he respects mine. And that's how we move through that fluidly. And I feel like that's the energy that you're coming to recognize, but you're not all the way there yet. Look at things, handle things. Know that you have a lot of strength, and look to handle things in a different manner, right? Because you've come so far. You've come so far in your journey to... And even when I look at this communication card, this chakra card, it's really two blank faces, but I still see a man and a woman. I see you communicating differently. Like this person makes up your better half, like they can finish your sentence, but because somebody else has done some damage before, you know, they've come through and they've messed up your synapses, you know, pretending that they're in flow and they're not. It's hard for you to trust. The Spirit is telling you it's time for you to trust. So you look at me dropping stuff. Look at this. You have the Nine of Cups twice. And this time your Nine of Cups fell right under your Two of Wands, your Two of Fire. which is telling you that you are on the right path. You are on the path that's going to lead you to success and happiness and joy. Excuse me, passion. It's about movement forward. Wands represent movement forward, and you have wands here too. You have 6 and 7 and Queen of Wands, which lets me know that as the Queen of Wands, you've been so used to directing and channeling that energy where you want it to go. Sometimes it's going to be hard for us to relinquish some of that energy, but it's, oh, there's another 7 of Pentacles. It is one of the most difficult and rewarding things that you can do to relinquish some of that energy. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do everything by yourself. I know sometimes society teaches us that as independent women, we have to do this, we have to be prepared, we have to be prepared. Stop preparing yourself for failure. You know what I'm saying? You prepare yourself to do it in case somebody walks out the door. That means you're preparing yourself for failure. Stop doing that. Instead, give him some of the responsibility so that he can be a part of the household and so that you can relax a little bit and enjoy that household, right? Because he's already shown you that he's trustworthy. He's already shown you that he's here to love you, but you have to be able to accept that love. You have to find balance in your fucking wanting to move through full throttle and you pulling him in and allowing him to help you along that path. Why the fuck would you want to fight a whole field of fucking enemies or whatever by yourself when you have somebody standing there that's willing to fight that battle with you? Why would you want to go into a situation unarmed when you have somebody who's willing to be the ammunition for you? That's the energy that you need to take when you're looking at the next 2 weeks. Stop trying to do everything by yourself. Allow this to come to you. You know what I'm saying? Allow that energy to help you. See, intention. And then 18 breaks down to 9. It's almost like you've prayed for this person. You prayed for what you have, and you've gotten everything that you prayed for. And with that, you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. Stop waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? You said those prayers with intention. The universe heard you, and they brought it to you. Now, focus your attention on maintaining your happiness. And you maintain your happiness by continuing to heal. Heal yourself. Heal yourself by allowing others in. Heal yourself by not being defensive, okay? Heal yourself by trusting that you trust yourself. Trust that you did not fall in love with the same type of person because you've learned your lesson. Trust that you've learned your lesson and that you are only here to bring good things to yourself. Because at the end of the day, you attracted that person to you. So trust your intuition, trust yourself, and trust that you attracted the right type of person because you learned your lesson from the last 4 people that did you wrong. Trust. Balance and give in. Allow it to happen for you. Because even here, when I'm looking at this, the crystal in this, it's pyrite. It's success. It's fool's gold. It is everything. It's everything in an abundance. You know what I'm saying? The Queen of Wands, she is all about infinite power. So you're very powerful. And whoever you have ain't a chump because you wouldn't be able to deal with that anyways. So because you're powerful, you have attracted your mate. You have attracted what you need in order to continue to be successful, which is somebody who is powerful as well. So submit to their power, and that makes you more powerful. And if submit does not resonate with you guys, then substitute it for a word that does, or really grow up, because the Knight of Cups is a very immature energy. Grow up and understand that submitting does not mean that you are now a slave to them. Because if you submit to their power, if you submit to the fact that you have a powerful king at your side, right? They in turn are going to treat you like the powerful queen you are and respect your opinion and respect what you bring to the table, because that's what your power couple does. You can't have a power couple if somebody is weak. And don't be out here trying to break down a powerful man. Vice versa. Man, don't be out here trying to break down a powerful woman. Embrace it. Okay, it's funny because it's like some of these men out here love how strong their mom is and love to brag about how their mom was a strong woman who raised such and such kids and did this and did that. But when they get a strong woman in their household, they're like, oh, she don't listen. She's this, she's that, she's her. No, that's not the case. She's just as strong as your mother was. You're just in a different position um, to see it and to accept it and to acknowledge it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Somebody challenging you or challenging your opinion is not somebody who doesn't respect you. I feel like people don't respect you when they're just yes men, when they just go along with whatever you have to say. When somebody challenges you and makes you think about your actions, makes you think about, the choices that you make, they challenge your ego and make you think twice. You can't just say anything. You can't just do anything. You have to move with intent. When somebody makes you recognize that, you need to respect them 100% more. And if that's what this person does for you, even better. And if that's what you do for them, even better. I have a feeling that that's what it is. I have a feeling, though, the fact that they challenge you like that is why you be ready to walk away and hit the road. Don't do that. Continue to work on you, continue to fight through, continue to because this is only a temporary stall. Whatever this is right now, this is only a temporary hiccup on the road to success. But you need to release completely. You need to be open completely to success in order for this to work. Release your ego, be ready to move forward, and accept what they have to say, and look in the mirror and see how much of it is true. And if it's true, see how much of it you want to change, if at all. And when I say change, I just mean if it's rough around the edges and you can smooth it out, do so, because that's what growth is. And growth is never comfortable. Growth is never comfortable, people. Okay, so if this person was a pushover, they wouldn't even have held your attention for as long as they did. Okay, so be very mindful of that before you think about letting your ego get the best of you and hitting the road. Okay, so that's what I have for you guys. If this video resonated, please leave me a comment. I love to read the comments. Don't forget to like the video if it resonated, subscribe, share, and hit the notification button. Okay, guys, have a good one.